Popular comedian Eric Omondi is not happy with a lot of supposed gospel musicians out there. Now, we've been talking about the subject of gospel personalities out in the public who are just nice voices, but they themselves don't care about the message that they are speaking about. Now, recently we did the video today on the subject of gospel musicians at the Grammys and the type of persons they are, the type of character they portray. And you can see that episode will be down in the pinned comments, posted around the same time with this one. Now, here he's blasting those that are in his country. Now, if you don't know, Eric Omondi is very popular for his stand-up comedy and also did a couple of skits and stuff like that. Now, this is the words of Eric Omondi. This is what he had to say.
Hi guys, where's Daddy Owen? Where's Jimmy Gate? Where's Masi Masika? Where's Alice Kamande? Where's Gloria Muliro? Where's Eunice Njeri? The gospel music industry was the identity of Kenyan music. They have all fallen. Where is Bahati? Where is Willie Paul? Where is DK Kwenye Beat? The gospel music industry has failed us. I remember the days of Groove Awards, the biggest awards in East and Central Africa. And then the next thing I heard was that DK Kwenye Beat alikuwa na gonorrhea. Willie Paul is leaving the gospel industry. And now they're just having sex in Umoja. They have more scandals than
I think Umoja is another, it's another group also.
Secular industry. We know what Willie Paul is doing. Bahati left gospel music. He's now singing secular. And he's hanging onto his YouTube channel with his wife. You have left ministry. You have left God. You have left the church. You will never prosper. You will never succeed. The failure of Kenya as a nation is attacked upon you. The amount of sex that gospel musicians are having in Umoja, the amount of sex and fornication that DK Kwenye Beat and Willie Paul are having on a daily basis. Nimekutana na Willie Paul on Sunday with the yellow Mercedes. Una drive around ukitafuta watoto wa university. And you are a preacher. You are a minister of the gospel. Where's Masi Masika? I grew up with you. I ministered with you in Daystar. You used to sing and the Spirit of God, the Holy Spirit comes down and people will get saved. We have lost our touch with God and the church has let down Kenyans. Do you remember?
So some of these people he knows, some of these mandems are yeah.
Remember Daddy Owen? Do you remember Jimmy Gate? Jimmy Gate anauza laptop, anachukua mamaid wasichana wetu, anawapeleka Saudi Arabia.
Now, unfortunately, I don't have even a trace of Kenyan language.
What it does on Instagram is no longer ministry. Hi guys, are you a girl? Are you a lady between 18 and 25? I have a job for you in Saudi Arabia. Come back to your ministry and you will not succeed, Jimmy Gate. It is not your calling. Go back to your talent. What is it that God gave you to do? Uliwacha kuimba. You are broke. Ni wote munaisha. Where's Alice Kamande? Kambua, what are you doing? Daddy Owen alienda mpaka Nigeria akashinda Mama's Award. Mr. Sid, you are trending now because of very immoral things. Nyinyi ndio mko na scandals za gonorrhea. You are trending for all week. Sijui nani amepatia nani syphilis. I want to give you a message from God. Whatever you touch, whatever you do, haitaenda anywhere until you come back to your initial calling. Bahati. Wachana na politics. Bro, come back and give us songs that are inspired by God, songs that move the nation, songs that influence youths. Balua, give us that. Mama, give. Sasa mwacha gospel industry watu kama Ringtone Apoko, a friend of mine who I know his place and I know what he does from Thursday to Sunday. He changes women like clothes. Ringtone alala wasichana watatu per day. The most immoral people in Kenya are former gospel artists. Guardian Angel pia saizi tangu aolewe, we don't see him anywhere. In fact, some of you are part of it. And don't dare me. I can mention 10 of you who are homos. You need to get back to God. You've turned Kenya into Sodom and Gomorrah.
The man them was not having it. He was tired. He's tired. And you know, in what he's saying is that there is some of the people that he actually knows. They mustn't dare him. Because he can out there just put their name out there. They live all kinds of ways. They live, some, they swing both sides. What happens is that a lot of these people, they get too comfortable. They become celebrity, not ministers of the gospel. They become independent of church. And I spoke about that on another episode, I think about last year, where musicians are now independent of any particular church doctrine. And so what they sing as it doesn't align with any church doctrine. And we extended it when we were speaking about the rise of ZCC musicians who now align themselves as just musicians. But you won't hear, they've even changed even the sound of their music to sound like the gospel music that we normally hear from your Benjamins and so forth. So what they have done is they've adopted their sound to be more where it's just talent, it's just voice. And people, because of voice, think they are hearing gospel. And it is not gospel. Okay? It's just duplicated noise. Yeah, I think that's the best way to put it. It's duplicated noise. Their outside life, it's quite difficult to get with. You remember the guy who was a pastor at Bushiri's church? He left the church. He went on wanted to continue doing his music. Before you knew it, you were seeing him on stage drunk. Why? That life was just not, he adopted to another thing. They become about that other more than they could actually profess Christian. That's why people who have encountered some of these people have some of the craziest experiences. You'll wonder. I remember one of my family members, brother-in-law, as a matter of fact, and he used to work at the airport. And his encounter with one particular South African gospel musician, he was like, I was shocked that this is the guy that we see on things. He says they were so arrogant. And he was walking around, he was with these girls and whatnot. And it was just a very terrible experience that he was thinking. He met him at OR Tambo, and he was like, he used to work there. And he says, I was shocked by the personality. Is this the same person that we hold in such high regard? They can portray for you some of the most nastiest personalities. Why? Never saved. That's why you hear people like Schaba. They have funny, weird stories. You wonder, was this man them ever saved? He just had a nice voice. People recommended doing gospel, and he got into gospel because that's what was selling. Before you knew it, things went south. It's the Actuality Show with daily Christian commentary videos. There's a lot of thingy where there isn't discipleship. They have no perception of it. They don't even see it. They don't even know what we're talking about. It becomes distorted. You can hear, this person doesn't know what they're talking about. There's a lot of that. And what Eric is saying here, he knows the people that he's talking about. He knows the people that he's talking about. It's Ricky. Quite an interesting video. Thanks for the recommendation for the person that sent me. Highly appreciated. Not everyone that puts their pen down with a nice voice is really about that gospel life.